this case is resolved. Mr. Shearer did file a lawsuit basically based upon requests that he made on February 6th, and February 13th, and February 14th. For the record, during that time frame, Ms. Kay was not working for the township. It started with Ms. Hosden and then Ms. Wilshire, who was named in the case. It's a very, in terms of Oprah, a very simple type of claim, and that is that the township did not respond to the request within a 7-day period. The township didn't begin to respond to the request once PC was hired, but clearly did not meet the 7-day period. A verified complaint and order show cause was filed on March 14th with the Atlantic County Superior Court. All requests were filled by March 19th. The problem is, in my opinion, it would be clearly a violation, even though we all know what is going on. We know the clerk's office is under siege, and we know that we had minimal staff, and we know all about that. But in my opinion, if I take that before a judge in this vicinage, he's simply going to say that's a shame, but it's a violation, and then you're going to get to legal fees. This is a fee-shifting type of statute where if a violation of any kind is found, the township's obligated to pay Shearer's legal fees at a rate that is considered reasonable and acceptable within the community. Right now, I have a proposal from our attorney to resolve the case by paying fees and costs in the amount of $2,667.20. There are costs, which are flat costs, that would be non-negotiable for final fees, postage, etc., $252.20. He has put in 6.9 hours of time, which includes a complaint, a brief, a drafting of an order to show cause at a rate of $350 per hour. I think that a court in this vicinage may agree to make that less, but I think paying me $100 an hour to fight that, the bill at the end of the day is going to be closer to $3,500. In 2009, a court in this vicinage gave the same attorney $325 per hour. That's now 2012. It stinks. It's disgusting, but it's the law. I know that TC is working very diligently to avoid any type of problems in the future, and that's the proposal. You have two options. We know we're not going to settle it. Maybe to try to provide a defense, in which case you would have to file an answer, file briefs, appear before a judge. I can tell you there's one particular judge in our vicinage that is often called the Oprah expert. He is so generous to Oprah requests that attorneys such as Mr. Doherty or other attorneys that are what I call develop this little cottage industry of filing Oprah lawsuits try to get before this judge because they know he is on the side of moving in fairness to the greatest extent. I think that at some point we're going to have more battles with this particular litigant. And I'm not telling you that when we have a battle that is worth fighting, I'm going to come in and say you should get it resolved. But I think if you fight this, the only people that are going to win would be Shearer's attorney and me. Because in the end, you're going to lose. And I'll let Arch talk, at least in terms of what you're trying to do in the clerk's office to avoid.
I think in the future we can avoid it. I think especially with the expertise and looking at TC's background and expertise, she's been very aggressive and working through. The problem with this lawsuit, as Michael said, is we had someone in the office on a temporary basis who I don't think understood priorities or couldn't prioritize properly and didn't understand Oprah well enough. And I think we're exposed. I think we have what are we on, about $30,000 left over.
$2,667.
Yeah, to litigate any further cost us any more money from a transactional cost, that doesn't make sense. And I think it's just pay it, move on, and fight another day.
All of the requests have since been filled?
No, yeah,
The lawsuit,
March
yes.
19th.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just want to focus on the lawsuit. I mean, because believe me, he's tried to add to it, and at least his attorney said, no, it's an issue, it's a lawsuit, it's filled.
I mean, the biggest thing is he hits us every day with Oprah requests.
Still?
Well, he's up at 1:30 in the morning, 8 in the morning. If he doesn't email us, he faxes with us.
Have we begun,
So it's the juggling act between filling the Oprah request and doing what you need to do as the clerk to meet the needs of your other residents, your other Oprah requests. And there are just things that just didn't get done because he just became overwhelmed.
I'm so reluctant to assess any charge because we've been as transparent as we can possibly be. We've made every effort to disclose any type of document or that anybody had any question about. But I think I'd have to go with the recommendation of the manager and the clerk to really start assessing a fee. It's getting to the point where it's costing this township money to fill these.
My firm was going to have TC. We did a comprehensive memo that we gave to Arch and TC on all the fees, what we can and cannot do. And, we can do that. Also,
it's a shame that the people have the general public who's coming in looking for a lot number or has to pay this nominal fee now to get these documents that are easily attainable, but
there's nothing else we can do. We file a harassment charge against him.
we've talked about it. There's a Government Records Council opinion that discusses that when the requests are so burdensome, it essentially shuts down the operations of the department. It shuts down the operation. The problem is that was a request for records that went back like the history of time, violations. So I don't want to I couldn't just rely upon that. We've had that discussion. We're going to monitor it. Other towns have considered filing an action seeking sort of injunctive relief with the court to try to get a special master involved, work through it. I don't know.
I know that. I emailed this over the weekend.
Yeah.
North Bergen up in Hudson County has a litigation going on now where they were charging $26,000 or something. That number they came when they started finally charging for charging, and they're litigating that whole issue out now with just charging fees and the burdensome issue. So that may be a case that comes out we can more act.
I think there's one case that's coming down on the line, which is the Indiana newspaper requesting it, I think in 2008, for all the payroll records for vacation, and when this whole regulation accumulated on and everything like that. And I understand the decision is supposed to come down after a long time on whether they're going to decide that because people had ADP and everything like that, they were charging them like $1,100 to do the report, and what they wanted to do was pass that charge on to Gannett in order to get it, rather than the municipality. That's what they're doing right now.
So that, to get some favorable case law, we can do it. Whitney, I can tell you, we had like harassment, that particular, what's called cause of action, reviewed by our labor council, because our former clerk actually filed something about that. And at that point, the labor council didn't think it would rise to the level where it could get to. DC is good at trying to get, you can also request extensions. You can ask for a reasonable extension, and it's unilateral. So instead of just letting it sit there, she will request an extension.
He doesn't always, yeah, he doesn't.
Never consents. But the law says you don't have to. We just have to be able to successfully defend it, challenge it. The tone of someone's request is getting even more aggressive, and so we're monitoring that. There are some, and to her credit, she's taking it with a grain of salt. The reverse is going to escalate. So if in fact it crosses the line, we're going to have to get more aggressive. But in terms of this,
She's not asking for anybody.
Well, it's a situation that almost every day he threatens to take me to the Atlantic County
prosecutor's
prosecutor,
office.
and that, I'm violating state laws. And he tries to be very intimidating, very threatening. And, for those of us who've been in this business a long time, you just know what you have to stand up to. And he didn't like it today when I stood up to him and wouldn't give him the public certification of approval of publication, because it said that'll be $26 for each one you request, because that's what it costs. And I did send him an email from the Atlantic City Press that said we're adding $26 to your account for those proofs. And I've asked him if he will accept an affidavit signed by me and notarized, and it will be at no charge to him that I will send the proofs of the times. And he hasn't gotten back to me yet, and whether he'll accept it. And I said, as Galloway County Clerk, because he thinks we lie, we deceive, we hide.
Paranoid.
So if he won't accept my affidavit, then we can't go that way.
Well, that's fine.
So,
That's a different issue, but
What information does he ask in others over request?
every day it is.
you name it every day.
There's a public record of it, is asking.
It's,
Email logs.
email logs, just anything that somebody tells me to look for, I guess. And
How about we just stop emailing? I don't email. I receive it, I don't send it.
Well, it's not sort of both directions.
Yeah, well, how about we just stop that? Why don't we pick up the phone?
That's definitely a good idea.
That's when we talked about that before. There was a mayor down south somewhere who said that he stopped all electronics except the phone.
Wrong order, Mayor Russo.
Was it
He doesn't
Russo?
even have an email address anymore.
He said he did away with everything. He said because of the nonsense that it was creating.
And he makes,
Makes it too easy for
I hate to
people.
do it, all the communications from me, because they're always looking for my stuff, and they try to put together a timeline, even though my stuff is confidential. But we're getting kind of off the track here.
if you would just,
So if you want to give us authority to settle it,
Pay the guy. Pay the guy.
My one concern is that I don't have a problem paying. We're going to end up paying, but my concern is this: that now I'll have a relationship with this guy, and we're going to hear from him
Already has a
No,
relationship with this guy.
not this guy, the lawyer.
And yeah, now you got
He's
one.
gonna be-
Already a Boyle's lawyer.
yeah,
Same
this
attorney.
attorney I've battled with in other matters, and the appellate division against him. He certainly knows what he's doing, but, the good news is he jumped on this because of a clear violation. The good news also, with all the other threats out there, the TC, you're this to do with it, he has not sent me a letter putting us on notice of anything.
How did you get notice? How long ago did you get notice for this particular case?
It was filed. We've never been, the court never even issued a docket and issued the order to show cause, setting a schedule and everything. He contacted me. It was filed on March 14th.
No file on March 14th.
Yeah. And we had all the documents to you by March 19th. The problem is the requests go back February 6th, February 13th, February 14th. They're all things that should have been provided in 7 days.
Still hasn't really done much.
Yeah, that's not on.
Right. Actually,
Just text them.
I hear you more in that coming from that corner than I do from right here.
recess.
Can't be heard outside.
Yeah, that's all I'm getting. Is there something? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'm still here. You couldn't see anybody from these voices. It's just after, man, just when, well, right now, the channel 2 on, see if you're in there.
Well, because they said they would go across the street, should come back and check periodically, see if there's any session. I had asked for cell phone.
Can you hear me? On TV? She can hear us on TV.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Did you hear that?
Shut the system down.
Delayed. There's a 2-second delay in what we're saying. Okay, thanks. Back.
You have the cell phone. You see the cell phone.
No, I asked him for a cell phone number so I could call him. I never had that. Because he said, no. He said, I'll just come down and check. And he said, but instead, no,
No, she said she actually didn't know. She said originally when they said that they were leaving, going into closed session, she said she could still hear us.
Yeah, but how about now?
That's what I told her, put channel 2 on there. And she said, yeah, it's a 2-second delay, what you're saying. Well, have fun with this one, right?
Amy's gonna watch and stuff.
You can't watch it.
Take some time. I mean, I ran that.
Listening to it.
You can't.
Don't put it down. Just listen to it. All right, turn that off. No, turn that off over there. You open that box?
Does anybody have